everyone and welcome to the Russian Non-League podcast. Today we continue to talk about Belarusian Premier League or Высшая Liga, an exception for our page once again for March and April. Firstly, huge thanks for our sponsor, Total Football Analysis. Its content for the thinking football fan with many stuff with tactics, analysis, scouting. You can find hundreds of pieces at totalfootballanalysis.com and their digital magazine. April's edition is out now, so you can get some parts free or you can get all for not a big price. So, BPL. It's too strange, of course, that Belarusian football season is going on despite coronavirus. Belarus not a lucky country now, with small number of virus cases. 3,300 cases so far and 33 deaths. President Lukashenko has his own view on pandemic, with some afraid about country's economic situation. Here, Lukashenko even had said that people in Belarus dying from not coronavirus, they dying from chronic disease and coronavirus. That is close to madness, I think. Well, with all the strangeness, Belarusian football continues, as players have said that they do their job against all the odds and fair play for them. Nobody has an escape or something like that. Still no cases around footballers, and that is also some good sign. So we talk more about the last week 4. The last week 4 had some really entertaining matches. We start with Friday. One game on Friday, Neman versus Belshina. Neman were, I think, men to beat before the game, despite Neman have problems with goals, as Belshina also have, and so Neman seemed to be the strongest side anyway. Game started with not so many moments on fire, with Neman's dominating. Soon we had seen a superb free-kick goal by Kadimyan, and that goal from long distance from Neman is the best from the week 4, despite if there were some opponents. 27-year-old Kadimyan looks as the most reliable man among Neman's midfielders. He spent a long time in the Ukrainian Premier League, where he played not so many times, and I think he's too hungry for games and goals. Also, Georgi Kantaria, also solid man in Neman, 22-year-old defender. He's looking as working hard here, and you can't also ignore him. Not so many to talk about Neman's forwards, but Gleb Rosatkin, still the best among forwards, I think. Russian Zenit and Lokomotiv Moscow were interested in him. However, still no season for him with 3 goals plus. And for 25-year-old, it's some bad statistics, and maybe it's the last chance in 2020, it seems. With the best goal of the week 4, Neman did not win. It looked like Belshina saved their power, resources. They scored, and in the last minutes there was Neman too close to 3 points of the line once, and so anyway 1-1 draw. Not so sensational, but good enough for Belshina. Belshina is a new team in the BPL for 2020, but they played before and it's not Bournemouth like in England. If we compare money, I think it's like Aston Villa or even Everton. Not too bad and not the best. I need to say big thank you to all the Twitter fan pages from Neman's side, from the UK, Scotland, Glasgow, Yorkshire, Ireland, and Neman is the best for some interesting fan sites. So the next game is Slutsk versus Vitebsk. Slutsk showed their character again. Game was quite equal and both sides were close to 3 points. Slutsk had some terrible mistakes in the second half, some mistakes from kids football I think, and so they have a draw. Vitebsk wasn't too impressive, but for such sides as Slutsk, this 1 point also not too bad. And of course, you know all that story with Slutsk worldwide fans from Facebook. And of course, you know the reason coming from an interesting case of translation. Well, now worldwide fans became really interested in club's life. They know about the club more and more, and fair play to VC Slutsk. They really know now how to use that worldwide attention. Slutsk in very difficult financial situation now. They haven't debts, but they have lost their main sponsor, Sugar Factory. Factory was 80% of club's budget, and it's catastrophic for Slutsk now. Worldwide fans have raised more than $3,000. It's quite a really huge sum, but not too huge for club, of course, and the club need more. Players were paid last week, and so we'll see what will be, of course. 1-1 draw for both sides. And also it was amazing to see Australia's flag and banner with some worldwide words, and of course to see Artem Serdyuk breaking billboard and his legs stick inside it. Of course it's an ordinary situation for some other games in other leagues in the world, but all that episodes became too legendary now, and it's very unique, and sometimes it's just madness with all that worldwide attention. It's also interesting that Slutsk is the most unloved side for football neutral fans abroad, but Slutsk the most loved side for Belarusian neutrals. With all that story with worldwide, and of course Slutsk having some angry fans, some opponents in ultras culture. If we compare with the most unloved side, so in Belarusian neutrals it's Ruch Brest, because Ruch Brest came because of the chairman. It's the same chairman of Dynamo Brest, and also Ruch wants to play higher and higher in some European cups, so fans do not love it at all. And the most loved for neutrals from abroad, it's hard to mark, but I think that new fans from abroad really love Energetic Begu, I think, because they really do not hate it, I think. And another match, it's Torpedo Zhodina versus Energetic Begu. High speed, pace of the game, many tackles. We have seen Energetic's advantage in the end of the first half, and Energetic was still very energetic, active in the second half too, but goals from Khachaturian and Ramos broke all their energy. Ramos seems one of the best players of the all week 4, I think. Goal plus pass, and it's 2-0 to Torpedo. So we go to Sunday and we see Minsk versus Bate. Minsk really playing team without any stars players. Bate started the game quickly and Minsk just didn't find their button, I think. Dragoon opening the score for Bate. Dragoon, one of the most skillful, famous players in the BPL. Soroka and Nikhaychik simply crashed Minsk. Nikhaychik scored from corner kick spot. Unique case, trouble for Minsk's keeper. But could score more, with Minsk also having chances, but it was a real but, as many fans say it in Belarus. Bate is back. 3-0 Bate. And so another game on Sunday, Dynamo Brest versus Islach. Dynamo started dangerous, too active, but it wasn't like Bate, as Islach scored. Fabulous goal from long distance, Komarovsky did it, but Kiki equalized it soon just before half-time, and goal from Dynamo was too predictable though. Milevsky, the big star of BPL, made it 2-1 and penalty from Savitsky decided all that. And even famous accordion stopped around the middle of the second half. And accordion wasn't too loud because of the crowd. And yes, it was 60 years of Dynamo celebration and huge crowd for pandemic football. 1,100. Other games that I haven't seen because of I have watched only on free Russian TV. Gorodaya have a very huge sensation. It's the first bright sensation in Belarus so far, I think. 2-0 win over Dynamo Minsk. It's too odd. And also there was a good crowd. Football in settlement of Gorodaya is something of a very big local pride. It's not a village, as I've seen some people confuse it with some village near Minsk. It's settlement, close to town. Many such former Soviet settlements. Famous for sugar factory as Slutsk too, and also such problems with money as sugars. Businessmen were arrested this year and their business folded or transferred to another people. Smalevich 0, Shakhtar, Soligorsk 0. Not so good for Shakhtar. They seem the most weak team of top 4 so far, I think, despite Dynamo Minsk also have some problems. Slavia 0, Ruch 0, another goalless draw. Slavia wasn't on fire again on Monday, but they had opportunities, of course, in the game. They're still one of the most surprising teams so far, and so we'll see the next week how they will do. And so we see the next week 5 starting tomorrow. The most interesting games, I think, is Dynamo Minsk versus Neman, Shakhtar versus Slutsk, of course, and Bate versus Torpedo Zhodino. Credit to Islach and Slavia too. Interesting to see how Slavia can continue their run or not. still very unpredictable. Belarusian football is very unpredictable, I think. Teams with the most advantage, I think it's Energetic versus Gorode. Credit to Gorode with their sensational win, but I think they will still struggle and will have not so many goals. And Energetic, they still have some power, some young power. Dynamo Brest versus Vitebsk. I think Dynamo Brest will have some advantage, despite they play away. And Bate versus Rodina, I think Bate will have some more opportunities versus Rodina, despite Ramos. I really love Ramos, but since they are back really. And also more football from Belarus is coming. BPL Reserves, of course, also some entertainment from Belarus, football, some games live on YouTube, so you can check our feed for such matches live. Dynamo Minsk simply crashed today, Neman Reserves, and they are on the top now. They're the first, and Fisi Minsk second, and Neman the third. And also the first Belarusian league to be started on Friday with Gomel versus Khimik Svetlogorsk. Other teams of the second division or the first Belarusian league, it's Ashmiany, Volna, Pinsk, Granit, Mikhachevichi, Lida, Lokomotiv Gomel, Naftan Novopolotsk, Orsha, Arsenal Dzerzhinsk, Slonim 2017, Smargony, Krumkachi, Sputnik Rechice. Last season they were too close to promotion. Lokomotiv Gomel, Naftan, Sputnik, Lida, so it seems they will be contenders again. Krumkachi maybe too. They have English streams, and they will have English stream on Saturday on YouTube, 2 p.m. Do not forget this. They also have an English Twitter account, Krumkachi English. Krumkachi played in the BPL some years ago and had some brilliant sensations, some very nice playing, but they were folded and they started their club again with National Football Club Krumkachi. And of course, you maybe know Krumkachi based in Minsk and play at Olympijski Stadium. Also, Fisi Gomel have some beautiful, the best big stadium for such level, and it's a good club for BPL, I think. They're a new team here, and nobody knows what they can do. Also, new teams for 2020 season are Arsenal and Ashmiany. Also, many streams awaited for the first Belarusian league. Also, I have heard that some TV channels abroad want to buy the first Belarusian league. So we'll see what will be. And also, Women's Premier League will start tomorrow. On Thursday. And of course, sorry for the mistake I have said. I think that the first Belarusian league will start tomorrow. It will start on Friday, and tomorrow we'll see Women's Premier League. It's football for rare football lovers, I think. Yes, women's football not so popular, but maybe we'll see some streams. But their Vkontakte fans group, official group, of course, they have not so many news so far. but I hope we'll have some streams. There are 8 teams, and the most strongest teams, women's teams in Belarus are FISI Minsk. They have many champions titles, and also Zorka BPL. That's the two really strong sides. But we have seen Super Cup, Women's Super Cup so far in the beginning of April, and we have seen that FISI Minsk really smashed Zorka BPL. Also, there are some other women's clubs, such as Dima Minsk, also very popular side, and Neman, and Mogilov, Botsor, Bobruchanka. And so the first game tomorrow, is Dynamo Minsk. They will play versus Belarus under 18 away, and also Minsk versus Mogilov, Botsor versus Zorka BPL, Bobruchanka versus Neman after that. And I think it's all for today. Thank you for all the listeners, and especially huge thanks to all the fan pages about Belarusian clubs, Belarusian football. I think that it's too amazing, too unique to have people became interested in post-Soviet football. And I think that this heritage, it's of course all this work, it's all very it's a very golden thing for the next years, and also maybe all that people maybe will be interested in some Russian lower leagues, Russian non-league. We'll continue our podcast. We'll talking about the second Belarusian league, I hope, about Belarusian non-league. They also have it. I hope to talk about Tajikistan football, and of course about Russian non-league, our main subject. We have now, as I had said in the last podcast, we have our football on lockdown, and so I hope to talk about how our non-league clubs and also some small professional clubs, how they do, what they do on lockdown. Of course, very many financial problems so far. Some clubs going to be folded. All that we'll talk, of course. So thank you very much again. Hope to see you later, and stay safe. Yes, it's the main thing now. Stay safe.